But one that interests me the most is the rematch of what happened week 3. I think it was it week 3 that long ago? Jacksonville, taking on the Chargers.
Yep.
Because Jacksonville was a 6.5-point underdog when they went into SoFi, and they just pounded the Chargers 38-10. Now, granted, that was the first game after the rib cartilage injury for Justin Herbert, but Jacksonville is a much better team than they were then, and the Chargers are better because they're healthier. Right.
Yeah, I would say that with the rib issue, it seems like mostly resolved for Herbert, and I would imagine it's resolved because the line has now moved from Pick'em to Chargers. I think favored by 1.5, maybe a point, depends on the book. But yeah, I think that I think everyone kind of agrees that rib is healed. We don't know what the status of Mike Williams is, but
I wanted to bring that up because
Bosa's back. Bosa's back. That's significant.
Bosa and Mac together that's great. But to your point, I think what's really cool about this game is that you've got two quarterbacks that at some point in their careers were completely unsupported by the coaching staff. I think Justin Herbert this year, that offense is not designed for him. And then Trevor Lawrence last year under Urban Meyer. I think it's two quarterbacks that are really excellent at getting the most out of their teams by the parameters that they've been given. And the fact that Doug Peterson seems to be a much better coach, right, than Lombardi or Staley, I think is probably going to be. You don't think so?
No, I do.
Okay,
I thought you were going to say appears to be a much better coach than Urban Meyer. I was going to say appears to be. Stevie Wonder can see that.
This Cup is a better NFL head coach than Urban Meyer.
No, yeah. Then I think Brandon Staley or Joe Lombardi. I think that's probably going to be the difference here. But I mean, they've gotten the most out of that offense with Christian Kirk and Zay Jones and Evan Ingram all hitting career highs. I think that it's pretty wonderful to see what Trevor Lawrence can do when he's given this kind of support. And conversely, what happens with Justin Herbert when there's an offense that's actually not a bad offense by its ideas, but it minimizes his strengths. It doesn't let him throw deep nearly as often. It doesn't really encourage him to make some of the tight window throws that he is. It's really it likes to throw short intermediate as opposed to these deep shots when you've got like Mike Williams, right? So
I would love to see him in an offense like what Josh Allen is in. I would love to see that kind of thing.